Let me set up my stream.
You still can't. Hey, yo. Oh, my goodness, man. We at a beginning of a new week. Hello, everybody. Family and friends. Come on through, y'all. Welcome to From the Battle to the Glory. It has been so woo. This was a long weekend for me. Had the grandkids. Oh my goodness. When I tell you work, that's work. 5-year old, 10-year old, 11-year old, it's work. We went bowling, arcade, they running all over the place. They want to do everything. Then we went to the movies on Sunday. Man, listen. Whew, I'm telling you. It was work. We had a good time. They had a good time. But I sent them back home to their parents. Look, they probably went straight to bed when they got back. Because, Monday was a holiday. Yeah. So, oh, man. I was like, oh, yeah, we got them. And then the baby, listen, you can't. He only 5. No, I'm sorry, 7. You can't keep you got to keep your eye on him. If you turn around, he running. He breaking something. He's doing something. So you got to keep your eye on him. I tell you, boy. But enough of my weekend. Lady T, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good, relaxing, enjoyed it.
That's
had
wonderful.
some family, friend time. It was great.
You do anything special?
Yeah, I did a lot of special things. Yep. Did a lot of special things. I like to keep private because I am a private person. But I did some great special things. No, I mean, I hung out and I enjoyed life. I was, out and about with friends and family. So, but no, I don't have a story like yours. I know you like telling us all your stories and I enjoy listening. But I'm shy. I still have camera shy ways, okay? I don't tell everything. Yes, Rodney, that's true.
I ain't saying that. I know it was Valentine's Day weekend. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, yeah. True. Yes.
It was.
That is so true.
Yeah, it was Valentine's Day weekend, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Today's the 18th, dog. Valentine's Day was on Friday.
Wait a minute. Valentine's Day is on Friday.
It's on
that's
Friday.
It. Yeah, that's it.
Weekend.
No, hey, I don't know about you. Ain't no weekend day. Once Friday was there, that's it.
Right, Rodney. I get what you're saying, but yeah,
yeah, right.
My wife got a Valentine's Day year, so we don't do too much. Nah, we make it this weekend. So we do whenever Valentine's Day come, we have a different philosophy in our family. So my son takes out my wife.
Aww.
And I take out my daughter for Valentine's Day. I don't take out my wife and my son. So this year, we decided to do a little different. So my son cooked for my wife and I cooked for my daughter. My son made teriyaki salmon, rice, and it was something else. I can't remember what the other thing was he made with it.
A vegetable.
I'm blanking on it. Yeah, it was another vegetable. I just can't remember what it was. And I made Korean barbecue for my daughter. So I made galbi. I just bought the kimchi. And then I took some of his rice too. The rice that he made. But asparagus. That was the last thing. Yeah. Salmon, asparagus, and rice. Yeah. So
that's really good. Love that tradition.
Yeah, did it up nice and we had a good time. I think we had movie night, and just hung out with my family. And then me and my kids, we played zombies all weekend, we're trying to beat this new map on zombies. It's kind of like a family thing that we do. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much it for me on the weekend. I ain't do too much, just trying to have a good time, spend time with my family. Valentine's Day weekend. I don't think I watched anything good or did anything good. I don't even remember what movie it was. I was probably
family time. That's what it is. See, I listen to y'all. Y'all give your family times. I'm not gonna tell my single life. Sorry.
It's all good, man. No, you can tell them out there. Somebody might need to hear it. Lady T.
It's more like, if I had that one-on-one conversation with people, but I'm gonna give you the, brief. I'm gonna give you the the vague story of it.
I mean,
I don't know. I see you smiling. You look kind of glowing today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
I'm good.
you know. Last week you was all quiet. Today you seem like you bubbling, smiling, happy as I don't know what. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna leave it alone though.
Life is good. Life is good.
The people want to know, Lady T. The people want to know.
Life is good.
I'm gonna get a little close, yeah, because hey, Rodney, you said it right. Let me look deep down into those eyes. What in the world?
Those eyes.
Hey, those cheekbones are popping and everything. You see what I'm saying?
You know what he said, right? You can't even hide it. Like it's like,
oh my goodness, man.
Hey, how that song go? It's written all over your face.
You ain't gotta say a word. That's right.
She tried to act like she was like, oh yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did forget. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
You're right.
Yeah, okay. You ain't fooling me. It's all good. But you know, good times, man. Good times.
Yep, that's what is good times. But you know, this is definitely the weather's getting ready to break. I can't wait, man. I'm telling you. This is
I can't wait either. I got so much work to do in my yard. It's crazy.
I can't wait. But just for you guys, and for you, it says information. Listen, it's about to be busy though, real busy, Lady T and Beast. It's about to be real busy. We have a lot of interesting guests. Like I told you, I think Lady T, you really gonna be fond of it. It's a lot of women, but they do have great stories. It's going to be great conversation. Actually, was talking to a young lady. She's in Texas. And then I have one that's in, I want to say, I think it's Virginia. Yeah, Virginia. She's in Virginia. So Virginia. I actually want the one in Virginia. I really, before we get into the topic, before we do her, I really want to do in person with her. I really do. I mean, if it's possible, it's possible because I think about you. You know the you know excuse me, the location. She's in Virginia, so it will be nice and close if I come to DC. So I'm thinking we're gonna do it first virtual because after you hear her story and you get to know her, you really want. It's a different conversation when you're sitting right in front of a person. It's definitely different. I can't wait to do our first show on person to person, and because I think mostly it'd be like a weekend thing. We gotta break bread. We gotta have dinner, lunch, whatever. Sit there and talk, get more acquainted. It's different. You know what I'm saying? This is going to spin off into something different. For all three of us, we're doing something that's going to be therapeutic, but also we're doing something that's going to help a lot of people. Trust me. Me being out there doing the work, it's a lot of people looking for stuff like this. They're hurting. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to even talk to people. You know what I mean? Because like Lady T, you've been saying this all the time, and I'm gonna say this: it's a lot of judgmental people out there on every level, whether it be religion, whether it be politics, whether it be family. It's a lot of people out there just judgmental and not really accepting. That's why I did this topic: accept the season of your life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so much going on. This thing about Kendrick Lamar is trending. We talk about this. It's so but it is. It's so much. It's somebody said something on Facebook, and I never see this person say nothing really hardly. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, on Facebook.
One of those.
I'm like, wow, really? Like
they're passionate. They said something because it meant something to them, right?
Right, but then somebody else commented about it, so I commented too. It's like, yeah, you gotta. Some people say it's messages in there, but you really got, like I said, my thing is this: you really got to look at the big picture. The big picture is it's two brothers going against each other. Whatever it is, guess what? And Ronnie, I seen what you sent me too. That's totally different. It's totally different. Like that was totally different. Like you don't usually see that. It's like it's always us. It's a new time and age. It's always us going back and forth with one another instead of us. Even it's not even in the music. It's in the movie industry as well. you know, the some celebrities think I'm a better actor, and they going back for it, talking about each other.
I think you stretching now.
How?
In the movie industry? Come on, man. Ain't no people work with each other all the time. I mean, it's people that have opened doors for other black people in the movie industry for sure. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Coogler right now, since he's opened this door, man, he's doing him and what's Michael B. Jordan are doing everything together in making opportunities for black people who would never get an opportunity. I don't see that in the movie industry.
I didn't say some. I said some. I didn't say all. Some.
I'm trying to figure out who your son is.
All right, look, just Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's one of them. Tyler Perry
that made plays for millions of people. What do you mean?
Underpaying some of the black actors.
Who?
Underpaid. Really?
Who, you want to talk about Taraji?
That's one of them.
No, Tyler Perry. She gave credit to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was the first person to pay her over $100,000
after that whole incident with Oprah. Yes. After
with Oprah, what? No, Taraji was not going after Tyler Perry. He was the first person to put her on that made her
after the whole ordeal with Oprah. She Color Purple. She didn't get the right pay that she was supposed to get. She didn't get it.
I'm confused.
You confused about what? You see? So you didn't see Color Purple?
Of course, I saw that. But
okay, so you didn't see the old spill of her not getting paid what's due to her because of that of her being on that show. She didn't get paid what everybody else get paid, basically.
Color Purple wasn't Tyler.
Yeah, and that was.
Wait. Tyler and Oprah, they work together. That's just like me. If I work with you, and I say, yo, I'm gonna come to you and tell you, listen, they should get paid way more than this, based on their accolades, based on their experience. So we and you working, we in the team together. You need to tell me. I'm not gonna tell you. Listen, that's underpay. I'm not gonna tell you that, Rodney.
No, I'm just double checking that Tyler Perry had nothing to do with Color Purple. That's the first thing I wanted to say.
No, I didn't say he
like
did.
I said, but I mean, hey, she said she felt like she should have got more money. Her team, because her team, she has to pay the team, and people rely on her, which I can agree. But the thing is, you agreed to do the movie. Like you can't have it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Now the movie does better and you want more money or whatever the case may be. She didn't complain until the movie came out. You know, so I mean, I'm not saying that I love Taraji. I think she's a great actress and things like that. But I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't have justification in what she's saying. But also, you know, you signed for the money. You got to look at it that way. You signed for the money. So, you know, that could be something you need a better agent. You need what you call it. But I mean, it's a lot of females that didn't get paid. But I know for fact that she gave Tyler Perry credit for being the first person to pay her what she felt, you know, to get her in those numbers. So that's what I just had to say about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is one of the best paying, but his work schedule is harder. But he pays more than everybody else because he has how to work. He saves the money and gives it to the actors by making the work schedules harder. Like there's a good dude. His name is DeVal, who I follow him and his wife all the time. His wife is Kay. They on what you call it. He's on the show Sisters, and he broke down Tyler Perry and how he pays and how they get like what should take 30 weeks. In the movie industry, he gets it done in a quarter of that time because they're filming. Like he films 3 seasons at one time. He don't sit there and go 1 season at a time, but he pays them higher than anybody else is paying them per season. So, you know, it's always broken down. You got to look into the metrics, but I mean, I don't see that as being a negative thing. A lot of people complain about their pay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people complain about their pay. So I don't see that as a person that's holding people down. Taraji wanted to be part of the Color Purple experience. She got the payment of The Color Purple. She complained after, and moved on. Taraji gonna get her money though. But I'm moving on. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's
Nah, I don't see it in the movie. I don't see it in the movie. That's all I gotta say. Huh?
Y'all having that dialogue, I'm learning a whole lot, both of y'all. I'm just surprised Chef came out with all that.
Yeah, I'm a big movie guy. I pay attention to a lot of movies.
No,
I'm big
it's
movies
yeah,
and stuff like that. But,
that was a big thing. That was a big thing.
It was a big thing. You're right. It was. It was.
Yeah,
I know Tyler ain't had nothing to do with that, but I got you.
Nah, he did. But but Oprah and him are on the same team, though.
They're not on the same team, man. Shoot. Just like I got a different show, you got a different show. Yeah, we may work together, but if I go do something crazy, don't mean you signed off on it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
So what you mean? Hold on. Let me go back for that. What you mean? If you do something crazy, I'm not.
I got a show. You got a show.
Right.
I participate on your show. I have my own show. If I go on my own show and do something crazy,
you're gonna be a reflect. You still a reflection.
But that don't mean you signed off on it.
I didn't sign off on it, but the
only people that's gonna put us together are the people who watch and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And gonna say, oh, Chef Dennis Boy over there wilding. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that don't mean you signed off on it. You know what I'm saying? I would think that I know you'll be the one to call me, be like, hey, yo, what's going on over there? Like, what you doing, dog? You know what I'm saying? You don't think Tyler was maybe called Oprah and be like, hey, yo,
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That
might have happened. Maybe.
Hey, look, look, listen. I don't do all that talk about people. I just threw that out there because I felt like that was part of, what I'm saying? We used to talk about Kendrick Lamar. We just talking about that. Just how it's always the back and forth. But I can do
that back and forth over. I guarantee Kendrick Lamar will not say another word about Drake.
I hope not. I mean, he got it.
That joint is over.
It should be. It shouldn't even started. You know what I'm saying? We all because
I think it had to start to let them be revealed. Truth has to come out.
But hold on, hey, to be honest with you, look, watch. You know what somebody said? Like I said, they text right. Here's the thing though. I'm gonna jump on this real quick. Here's the thing. Like I'm gonna jump on this real quick. Here's the thing. Watch this. Mm-hmm. No matter what we think about how Drake doing in his life, that's his life. That's him. So it's you judging him based on what he doing. Period. Whatever he doing, if he doing some foul stuff, it goes into him judging. You judging him regardless of what he doing because he said all the stuff that he was doing. Basically, he's saying, "Oh, you doing this? You not like us." Oh, he an entertainer. He an entertainer. Period. That's what Drake is. Not a rapper. He is an entertainer. That is it. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. Period. And anybody that knows that, they know that for a fact. It's not an opinion. They are two different people. One is a rapper. One is an entertainer. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar is not an entertainer. He is a rapper.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
a lyricist. Saying though, but that's what Kendrick's saying. He's saying, so he don't need what you do. Go there and sing love songs to the little girls. Don't be over here. Don't be over here drinking my name. Don't put my name in your mouth. It's that simple. Don't do it.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's like, come on, man. We all know. Come on. I'm just saying we know that. Everybody know that. In the world, they know that. And if they don't, like, come on.
I'm judging.
No rapper.
Huh? The world.
Look, Lady T, I'm judging.
The world is now.
The world know that he is.
The world now knows
Chef, Chef Dennis.
Huh? What?
You a chef.
Yeah.
Imagine if some McDonald's cook Instagram dude popped out and started talking about your cooking. You gonna sit there and be like, nah, come on, dog. We ain't on the same plane. You know what I'm saying? Sit there and make your burgers, brother. Don't be over here. Don't be over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here cooking for real. You know what I'm saying? You go to your microwave, dog. That ain't judging. That's actually pointing facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not judgment.
Let me ask you a question then. When you,
yes, sir.
I'm going on what you just said right there.
Yeah. And don't ask me because I'm terrible because I say something in a second.
Nah, but look, you said it. Listen, when I'm flying high, guess what? I don't care what's going down below me because I'm high. So if I'm up there, up in the sky, guess what? I don't care what's going on down there. So when you up there high, you guess what? What you said? What about me? So you said if somebody said something about my chef skills, I'm like, what? I'm not even hearing them. I'm too high. I'm too high in the sky. I can't hear them.
Lady T,
He's
Are you thinking
nothing.
what I'm thinking?
He's nothing. He's
You
nothing.
thinking what I'm thinking?
What you
Nothing.
thinking? What you think?
I think Chef Dennis might be a little bit capping there. It might be
Nah,
like the young boys might be saying, that's cap. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's their
hey,
opinion. I gotta
hey,
respect their opinion.
all right, let me ask you a question. When somebody commented about the show the other day, did you respond
About what show?
about your show? When they said you just said it just a few seconds. You just said that somebody said something, asked you either asked you a question
Not
or made
me.
a comment.
On my show?
I don't know. I'm asking you a question. Has a person ever made a comment that was derogatory towards you or what you believe and you corrected them?
No, what I did was that I respected their opinion and I showed love. I didn't say nothing negative because
you don't got it.
I got
Correction
proof.
isn't negative.
What?
Correction isn't negative.
No, but I'm saying
it
wasn't a place to be battling. Like they didn't believe in God, they didn't believe in Jesus. So it's like, okay, why would if they say to me, I don't believe in Jesus, okay, so it's not the place for me to say, well, you should believe in Jesus. No,
it's how you communicate. Yeah,
exactly. So I threw a thumbs up. I threw thumbs up and a heart, and that was it. Woo, that's it. Now the person, watch this.
You better than me then.
Hey,
I'm not gonna say Lady T. I already see Lady T what to smoke.
But you gotta understand one thing. Listen, sometimes it's not when you say it to that directly to that person. You got to remember they can still hear. So guess what? If they come back in return, they listening. So that means it's working. Regardless of them saying something negative one time, they coming back. So they listening. They want more. They're battling with what themselves, but they listening. And so that's why I'm always mindful of what I say in public, because guess what? No matter how much they feel about me, because I stand for Christ, they listening. And I trust me, they listening. Because the moment I step out of line, that's when they say, oh, you a Christian, you ain't supposed to do that. Guess what? I wasn't talking to them. But the moment that I say something out of line, they're listening to me. It's because guess what? They want to see me fall. They want to see me do something outside of what I'm supposed to do. So I'm always careful. I might slip up and say something I'm not supposed to, which I always come back and I tell you. You know what I mean? I do. Lady know I said I yelled at the dude at the job, and he said, D, you ain't supposed to yell at me like that. He a grown man. And everybody kept coming to me. You ain't supposed to yell at him like that. He a grown man. You make him feel like a little boy. I had to go and apologize and say, my bad, yo, hug him and everything. But so that's how it is. I gotta be mindful of what I say. Seriously, I'm for real. Like,
no, I feel you, Chef Dennis. I'm working to be a better person. I'm gonna get to your level one day, man. I'm gonna get there. Hey, Allison.
Hey, Allison. I like watching Rodney's facial expressions.
I mean, what you listen? We doing this because I'm being always transparent. But the real thing is that's for real. Like that's not no joke. Like people watch. No, the crazy part is this. You know what I'm saying? Hey T, you want me to hear the crazy part is that people come on the show, they watch, don't comment, they watch. And that's all they do.
Yeah.
You understand me? Mm-hmm. You don't know when they watching. You don't know when they're listening. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, like I said, this ain't for fame. This ain't for no glory for me. Neither one of us doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's truly trying to make a difference and show love and show peace, show happiness. It's always been like that. You know what I'm saying?
You have to remember, Jesus was a rebel rouser. He went out and he spoke. He said everything that needed to be said. He spoke the truth. And that is what is necessary nowadays.
With a calm voice.
Well, calm voice is fine, but you need to say the words.
He wasn't calm when he was flipping them tables in the
hey, no. Hey, he said, hold on. Hey, look, Rodney, watch this. He wasn't calm.
Hey, Jesus was pretty sarcastic a lot of the times in the church. You know, when he was 12 and the guy asked him about what's the main principles of the Bible or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know, when he was 12 and he was preaching to the Pharisees or whatever, the people who thought they were these high priests, you know, he was carrying people out there. He wasn't out there, you know what I'm saying? He was carrying the mess out of them. Yeah, so you know, I don't know. I just look at it this way. Sometimes you gotta tell somebody the truth. Even, you know, the truth hurts, and sometimes you just can't, you know, you can't keep it in my opinion, you know.
It's a time for it though. You gotta be.
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody asks me a question, I'm going to give them the answer, whether they like it or not.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of that. Don't worry. As long as you ask me, you have now opened the door. That's the way I look at it.
That's the thing. The thing is that when you walking in the spirit, sometimes this silence is the best answer. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta realize sometimes we get into our flesh, and we get into our flesh, we say the wrong things. The wrong things come out because of our emotions. Remember that. Sometimes it's not the appropriate time to tell them the truth that they really need to hear at that particular time. You be like, okay, listen. And then no, you doing that, bro. I'm telling you, but I mean, you gonna do what you do. Yeah, you gonna do what you do. But and Lady T, no, because she don't tell the truth all the time when it need to be told all the time.
I tell you I lie though. I tell you this because I don't want you to think that I am a person that's going to give you the truth all the time. I'm going to tell you things that are not going to be what you want to hear, or it might be something that I'm going to be very vague about because I'm not going to give you all my business. I'm sorry. I'm just not one of those types. There are a lot of people that can say all their truth and everything and be cool with it. But there are some people that, discernment of keeping quiet is necessary. But when it comes, when you tell me what I should do, I'm going to correct you.
But
that's it.
But so in other words, you could tell somebody when they're wrong
what to do. I don't tell people, listen to what
hold on, you said when the time.
If I'm talking, I'm telling, like, being myself, right? I'm just going to sit up here and be myself, talk, right? I'm not going to sit up here and say, well, you should do this and you should do that. I don't do that. I might say something like, well, maybe have you tried, or, something like that. But I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, what you're doing is wrong. I'll sit up here and be like, well, have you thought about this? I'm trying to make other people feel like you have the autonomy for your own life. I have no authority over your life, but I'm going to try and be a friend and give you some loving advice. That's all I come at. But when people come at me and tell me, oh, I'm wrong, and this is the walking I'm doing and I'm wrong, oh, y'all can have a seat. I'm going to let you know you don't have no rulership over here. Sorry. You don't pay my bills. You don't do nothing. So who are you to tell me how I'm supposed to live? I'm going to be that person to say it. Yeah.
All right. But what's confusing for me is that you're going to be this person to tell them, you can't tell me what I should do or shouldn't do. Right. But what happens when someone comes to you and tells you what you're supposed to be doing because of the spirit that they see that's inside of you? What is that about?
Okay, okay. Let's say that happened to me, right? And then I'll say, if you are right, then it'll happen for my life. That's it. I'll give respect to what they say, and I say it as, if you are right, that'll happen for my life. Who am I to say that they are wrong? I'm not. I don't put down what people say. I will tell you though, when you say something like, "Oh, that's demonic," like I like those type of people, the demonic ones, the ones that tell me I'm of the devil.
What if they tell you the truth?
There's nothing of the devil, and there's nothing demonic.
So, but it's their truth. That's what they think it is.
There's nothing that the devil doesn't own anything. The devil don't own anything. No, God allows the devil to have it or be able to do, but he don't own nothing. There's nothing that the devil can own. There's nothing.
Yeah, so so those type of people I have to address. I have addressed a lot of people in my family this way. I set them straight because nobody can tell me who God is for me. Only me within me, and God knows, right? And I will not allow anybody to take that authority from me because they never experienced what I've experienced. They don't know nothing about my walk, and I don't know nothing about their walk. So I'm not going to disrespect them and put them down, and I will not accept anybody that does put me down. That is the reason why I leave people. I am not good in relationships because of that. I will not allow somebody to sit up here and tell me over and over, verbally abusing me with their words to try and make me feel down and put me down into a insecure state. I'm not going to do it. So I speak, and I am very boisterous of it. And I'm not good with relationships because of that, because they can't have control. I will not allow, and I'm not saying I'm not, I am still a loving person. But when you are trying to tell me you don't get to go to do this because I said so, I don't get that. Like,
who talks like that?
But that is what people do. They put stipulations. People put stipulations on each other. We put stipulations on one another to say, look, if you don't, that's why, I think that, we're getting off topic. We haven't really gotten on topic. Okay. But the point is,
Lady T, go ahead.
The point is that we're always sitting up here requiring something of somebody else that might not be their natural way. And that has to gradually transcend out of becoming whatever it is that to another person might not be right. We have to allow people to, evolve the way that they're supposed to. And I do my best, but I have no patience. And so that is why I leave relationships. I have no patience for foolishness, and I leave relationships. I am not the one that sits up here and says, I am going to be with you forever. I've done it. My daughters told me, I told them I would cut them off. Like, I've done that. And I'm wrong for it. I know that. But it's because my way of being of life has brought me to beauty, and I've been, suffering and all that. And I'm not going to let nobody take it what God has done for me away from me. I can't. I have to walk away from those. You don't know my journey. Who are you? Back up. Go have a stay down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, because they have nothing. And I would not do that to another person. So why would they do it to me? And I do question that. Like, why would you do that to me if I've never done it to you? So I have to walk on. That's all.
Greatest trick the devil ever played is to convince people that he has the same power as God. And he does not. God created everything. Created you, us. He knows everything we're going to do. He knows everything that we're going to be. He's all knowing. He's all powerful. Tell me, what power does the devil have? If God is all powerful and you believe that, then tell me, how does the devil have power? I would like for you to explain that to me.
You asking me the question?
Yeah, I'm asking you the question because the thing is, people say that something's demonic. They give the devil this power that he doesn't have. The power, the devil does not have power.
Before I answer that, hold on. Before I answer that, I want Lady T answer. Can you answer that for me, Lady T?
The devil has no power, right? That's what you're saying? All right. Devil has no power. So there is no thing to be fearful of, right? That's God. We're not supposed to be afraid of anything. So the devil has no power. That's basically it. You are not to be afraid. You are to be courageous and walk and be who you are supposed to be. So if it has no power, then you look at it as the devil is nothing, no thing to you. That's how I see it. There's, the power. What power do you give it power? If you are sitting up here going into fear, if you are sitting up here going into worry, if you're going to concern, you're sitting up here giving power to what we call is a devil. What is a lower nature, what is not of God. God is power and all authority. He gives abundance life more abundantly. Like, you are supposed to think differently. So the devil has no power if you allow it. If you think things are demonic, then you have devils in your own life that you need to work out, because the devil is working in your life if you think that way. Because if you are judging another person that way, you're sitting up here saying, oh, I believe in devils. I believe that is real. Even Jesus didn't even talk about that. Everything is interpreted wrong. But guess what? Revelations is coming. It's coming, y'all. Everything is being revealed. All of the mistranslation, misunderstandings is about to be revealed. So
the devil is incapable of telling the truth.
That too. Thank you, Rodney.
He's incapable of telling the truth. How can a person that can't tell you the truth have power unless you give it to him? The only way he has power is if you give it to him. That's it.
Right. Well, let me correct you on something, Ronnie.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay. First of all, the devil was an angel. That's number one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, he is the most cunning, deceitful person. That is his plan, is to destroy everything that God has created you for. So when you say power, like, there is sin. He has authority over that part of our bodies, that dwells into us. It's our flesh. Listen. If that's not, if you said he doesn't, right? He can't read your thoughts based on your actions. That's how he traps you. Okay, based on your desires, that's how he traps you.
The devil is a master manipulator.
Exactly. So guess
the word is manipulation. That is the word.
And once you manipulate it, guess what? You commit a sin.
Who
How
is
do you
doing the
how do
manipulation?
you manipulate someone? You manipulate someone by convincing them of something that is other than the truth.
All right, you know, all
That's
right,
how
so,
you manipulate,
all right,
right?
so look, hold
Correct?
on, watch.
Follow
Huh?
me.
You said the truth, the truth.
Something other than the truth. When you manipulate someone to do something, you are convincing them of something other than the truth.
Not you can look at it that way. You can look at it that
It
way.
is that way.
Hold on, but I'm gonna give you an
It
example so you
is
can
that
understand.
way.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
And he what the devil does is deceive us. That is not a power. He makes people believe in things that they are not true. That's what you believe. You believe in stuff that are not true. That's when you getting into his web. His thing is to kill, lie, kill, steal, and destroy. He
That's
is
right.
incapable of telling you the truth. And if somebody is incapable of telling you the truth, as long as you know the truth, then they have no power.
That's
If you
right.
know,
He thinks what he's saying is it has power because people are manipulated and stand in the manipulation of untruth. That's basically what he's saying. It's what
that
I'm
becomes
hearing.
power. Now that becomes
Mhm.
power, but he has no power. In other words, the devil can't come to you and make you do something. Like he can't come over your body and say, now I want you to go kill people. You know what I'm saying? No, he has to trick you into doing it. He has to manipulate you into doing it. He has to change the truth and the power and convince you to do it. He does not have power over you. He does not have power over anything. The only way he has power is once you allow him to have the power. Once you are convinced that this is the thing that you're supposed to be doing and you have been manipulated and tricked, then you allow the power. It is not that he just has a power where he can do something. You know what I'm saying?
So look, when you have completed that, when he has completed that mission, right? And let's just say people go. Let's give you a prime example. All these people that go into locations and just start shooting up the place. What do you say about that? How do you explain that? Let's go there. How do you explain that?
The devil has manipulated them into doing it. They have a different, either confused, a different thought process,
right,
whatever.
Now, guess what? So remember this: when you manipulate somebody, that is the power of the mind. The power of the mind.
Okay, but you still allowed it to happen.
So, no, guess
you
what?
You can say no. You can choose not to.
No,
it's very easy. Anything the devil wants you to do, you can choose not to. He doesn't have any power.
Hey, Roddy, the same thing about when you have surrendered your whole life to God. Guess what? Now it's like that is like a protection. That is something that now you can battle with the flesh. You can battle with those type of things. You could be able to defeat it. But when you do not confess or you do not live for God, and now the enemy to your soul can control you. I say control you. That's why we have to repent. That's why we have to die daily. But he can have control over man. Is that their choice? Sometimes they refuse.
It's always the choice,
right?
There's nobody. You can't refuse. If you refuse the devil, he can't just take your body and do what he wants to do.
I didn't say refuse the devil.
There you go. So that means he doesn't have any power. Is what I'm saying.
To live for God, they refuse to live for God. And when they refuse to live to God, that's basically they give themselves up to the enemy. They give themselves up to the evil spirits to do those wicked things. Because guess what? Do you know there is wickedness?
What has the devil created?
Wickedness.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Wickedness.
Not allowed that.
Huh?
Wickedness is just the absence of God. It is not a person coming in and being that. It's the absence of God. Darkness is the absence of light.
I said wickedness.
Wickedness is the absence of God. Wickedness is not. And listen, just let me finish first. Just like darkness is the absence of light, Wickedness is the absence of God. It is not the devil doesn't have a wickedness. He can't just go, I'm going to put wickedness on you. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that. He has to convince you to do it. He has to convince you to do it.
Rodney,
there's no I'm just
when you commit,
I'm gonna let it go.
When you commit adultery,
you chose to do that.
That's not, we're not talking about choice. We're not talking about choice. When you commit adultery, what is that? That's against God, right?
Sin, yes.
So what is that? If anything that's against God, what is it? Wickedness.
If it is a sin to that person, always remember, everybody does not sin the same.
I said adultery.
Adultery, yes. So some people think that if
it's against God, it's against God.
It's multiple wives. There are those mentalities out in the world to
it's
have multiple,
against God.
That's what I'm saying. You're basically making it sound like it's just one way and that's the only way. And that's what I'm saying. That's not true.
It's not true.
There's only one. There's multiple ways to get to the main artery of God. So that's what I'm trying to say.
All right, but there's still, at the end of the day, God created evil and good. You can't change that. And so you're going to have one side good, you're going to have one side bad.
Well,
so anything
we're talking about is the same thing we always talk about. We all have free will. We all have the choice to sit up here and say we want to do wickedness and we want to be in love. Okay. I want to respond to Desmond's that is still up. He said if a woman submits to a man, then that man has power over her. So therefore the devil has power. Submit, I think that we're all like, you have to remember, love is either you're going to be a servant or you're going to be a slave. And, a slave is basically someone that you are having a master tell you what to do. And, it's not the power, it's the servant. If a woman wants to, be a wife, she is basically saying, I'm going to serve my husband and then my husband is going to serve me. It's not saying I'm going to be a slave to my husband and submit. So I think that we have to remember these are words that we need to use in the right manner, because we're not saying it in the right manner. We're saying it in the negative wickedness way, where we put women as you are to submit to your man and you're supposed to do what your man told you to do. And if you don't, then you wrong and God's going to judge you. Think about everything that the Bible says about women. There is something hidden that has meaning that we are missing. And so that's why deceit comes in many ways, where it hides things. You are not really getting the truth of it because you're not going out seeking it for yourself. Jesus had a lot to say that we don't really get to the root of what he said. And we follow other people that we shouldn't follow, Paul. But
let's make sure that in a marriage there's an order to it all. Yeah. It's God, then it's the husband, then it's the wife, but they all to be all three combined. You know what I'm saying? Like if the man is following God, then he's going to be great to his wife, and you have to that whole triangle has to be there. You know what I'm saying? So if a man isn't following God and you're married to that man, then that's where the issues are going to come, where you're going to feel like you're a slave. You don't want to submit. You don't want to do this. But if a man if the triangle is correct, then it works perfectly. You know what I'm saying? It works perfectly. Me when I gave myself to God and I have been in that direction, my wife has no problem submitting to me. She has no problem. Listen, because she knows that I'm going to lead her in the path of God. I'm not leading her in the path of with the word you're using, slavery or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She knows that I am here. I'm following God's plan. I'm making the plan for our family. Like this thing is all together. And then that's when my wife did not have a problem submitting to. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm over here doing stuff that is of the flesh and doing things that are crazy, then of course she's going to have that issue submitting to me. If I'm out here going to the club and, going to the strip club or whatever the case may be, and I'm not following the path of God, then that's when the problem of submission happens. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that perfect triangle and I've seen several different relationships like that, where the man is following God, then the wife doesn't have a problem submitting to him because she knows that he's going to follow that direction, that he's not going to hurt her. He's not doing these things of adultery or even, calling her out of her name or whatever. You're treating your wife as a part of you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have, when you're going through God, you have no problem talking to your wife and having these conversations about what is our move and wanting her opinion and moving together as that triangle. You know what I'm saying? That's the important part that, even though we talk about this man and woman, you say man and woman, but where'd you put God in that? You know what I'm saying? God has to be the head of that marriage. So that's what I got to say.
Woo, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I like we said the triangle. You know how to look at the shape of the triangle. Seriously, look at the shape of the triangle. The top is God, the point, right? Mm-hmm. And then you trickle on down. You got the husband, you got the wife, and they come together. Look, the unity. Boom, that's crazy.
And if you follow the triangle, it's different. I've been married 26 years, and I can honestly say there was a point in time I was not following God, and there was a point in time that me and my wife had conflict. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect at all, and now that I am following God, our conversations are way different. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same. You know what I'm saying? And you can say it's from the years or this, that, and other, but it took her a long time to really submit because she wasn't sure if I was going to go back, if this wasn't a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I had so many years of not. I had so many years of alcohol. I had so many years of this and this, that, and the other, and it took time. But the thing about it is, once I found God, I didn't care about her in that sense, about whether or not if she was going to follow me or not. I was focused on him, and I stayed focused on him. And once I stayed focused on him long enough, she came right on in, slid right on in. It just works. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it the right way, it works. And there's many, many marriages that I've experienced and seen that I know that, I have this conversation. I got a marriage retreat I go to every year. I'm going to it in April. You know what I'm saying? That it's a relationship retreat. We have that conversation. They separate us and we talk about that. I struggle with forgiveness of the things that my wife did. And I'm sure she struggled with it too. And it takes time. But guess what? If you follow God and you keep your eye as the man on God, your wife it just becomes natural. So that's what I got to say. I can't hear you, Chef Dennis. Do you agree?
Only remember that.
Do you agree? As a man of God, I'm sure it's like that for you. I've seen your beautiful wife, and I can't believe she went too crazy yet. I mean, crazy, sorry.
Listen, but that's how we got together. Because God was the center of our relationship right from the start. Without that, you I don't care who you are. You can believe what you want. Without that in the center, I promise you, you ain't gonna have a rocky relationship. People can say, "Oh, if God ain't in the middle of it, I promise you, it's gonna be like this." And most likely, somebody gonna cheat. I don't care what you say, because guess what? It's a battle for everyone.
I'm not putting that out there, but
what you mean?
There's people. Hey, look, God wasn't always in my relationship, but one thing I never did was cheat. I can promise you that.
Not everybody's like that.
Yeah, I'm not like that. My wife's tough enough. I couldn't imagine having two women. That's crazy to me. I'm done with that. That's
like that.
I'm good, man.
Like what?
I'm good.
That will cheat. Like you said it, that not a lot of people are like that.
What type of cheating you think I'm talking about? Anything you do against your wife is
infidelity. You cheat.
Anything. I ain't talking about having sex.
We're talking about adultery. It doesn't matter.
Anything you do outside of respecting your wife, you cheating on your wife.
All right. We're just gonna leave it there then. You can have it. It's all yours. That's all yours.
Roddy.
Nah, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
I know you. I know
you don't come over here. No, I don't agree with you.
I know you don't agree with me. I know you don't agree with me.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything I do outside my wife is cheating. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, so that's your truth. That's your truth.
So what's cheating? So if I do what? Like if I do something for another woman, that's cheating. I don't understand. Somebody needs a ride. That's cheating. Like, what does that mean? Anything you do outside your wife.
All right, so no, if you gave let's go there. Let's go there. You gave
we already started.
You gave another woman a ride in your car and you didn't tell your wife.
What about it? Okay. Maybe it wasn't convenient. All right. Can I use it for instance?
You didn't tell her? You didn't tell her? You didn't tell you too?
Nah, use it for instance. I got a story for you. I just heard it this week.
All right, tell me.
My boy, he didn't say it online, so I said LA Josh Preston. He's a comedian. He did he produces shows. He went and picked up a comedian, a female comedian from the bus. She was performing that night. Okay. On the way to the venue, she goes, I need to get my nails done. He goes, okay. So the only place he knew that did nails was the place his wife goes. So he takes her to the place that his wife goes. He's sitting in there waiting as she's getting her nails done. His wife walks into the nail shop. He didn't say a word to his wife. He didn't tell her nothing because it happened just instantly. To him, it was nothing. He was going to take she getting her nails and then he taking her to the venue. It's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? But according to your story, he was cheating.
All right, so watch this. No, hold on. Now let's keep it in context. Now the thing about it is that is lack of communication, and so anything can fire off. What was his problem with saying, listen, babe, I'm picking up a comedian, communication, saying, she want to go get her nails, right? I'm gonna tell you to get her nails. It's called communication. Now he didn't do that. Guess what? I don't know what happened. Did anything happen? But it's a lack of communication. Okay, but it's still nothing happened. But it's still lack of communication. He could have easily very well said, "Listen, I'm going to do this, babe. I got to take it down now."
But because he didn't mean he was cheating. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, that's not cheating. Hold up, that's not cheating. That's not cheating.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You said if I gave somebody a ride,
you got to elaborate on that ride. So you had to elaborate on that ride.
You know what, Chef? I can't deal with you. There's gray. There's got to be gray. You know what I'm saying? Like in your relationship, there's always going to be gray. Now you can make it into something, or you can choose not to. Like know your husband, know your wife. Like my wife don't tell me everything. Many times I tell her to stop going to that daggone thrift store. She still go every damn day. You know what I'm saying? I hate it. It drives me nuts. I can set my watch to what time she comes home because I know what time the thrift store closed. And a lot of times she don't buy nothing. She just likes to walk and look. You know what I'm saying? And it drives me crazy because I tell you, look, if you keep on spending $30 a day, that's $150. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? She still does it. Does she tell me? No. Is she cheating? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, could it be like you was out there with some dude? Yeah, blah, blah. Come on, man. Like, you know.
Why you making it seem like I'm saying?
You know,
why you making it seem like? Hold on,
your wife, because I don't like when people give. I don't like people when give stamps. We was talking about this earlier. This is a demon. This is of the devil. Stamp. You know what I'm saying? This is cheating. Stamp. This is that. You know what? This great. Things happen. Life is different. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody is different. Everybody.
Like sometimes you don't think about calling. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. She wanted to get her nails done. You know what you're thinking about? You're thinking about the show that you got to produce. Why the comics aren't here yet? What's going on? This your business. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time to sit there and call you every move I make, every second I do. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's not a good relationship. If I got to call you and tell you every single move I make, there's no trust. There's no love. You know what? His wife came in there and laughed at him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was panicking. He was like, "Oh, babe, I'm sorry." You know, blah, blah, blah. He panicked. She laughing at him. She not worried about him. She's like, my wife does not care what I say on this podcast. I can say whatever I want. And guess what? She don't care. She don't care. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, "Oh, you always bring up your wife. You always bring up your wife. You always say this. You had these. I'm free to talk about anything I want on here. You know why? Because my wife knows I love her unconditionally and no matter what. There's no divorce there's no divorce talk in our household. You know what I'm saying? There's no time my wife like, I'm leaving, none of that bullshit. She ain't going nowhere. Where you going? I looked at my wife, where you going? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And I said laughing, and we laugh at half the stuff now because we ain't going nowhere. We love each other too much. And, even I don't do the things that would, I'm not out here cheating. I'm not out here doing them things like that. I wish somebody would come and say I did anything. I've never even hugged a woman passion. And since in 24 years, I have not even hugged a woman. Not even got a phone number. None of that stuff. There ain't no mystery chicks coming out on me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk boldly. I wish one would, because I wouldn't know her. You know what I'm saying? But have I gave a woman a ride and I told my wife? Yes. Yes. I worked in a restaurant. Somebody needed a ride. Here you go. Drop you off. Move on. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
But Chef, look, when you say these things, these are your thoughts. These are your opinions. This is what you see it as.
My thoughts about what? I'm married.
About, when you talk about cheating, or you look at it as everybody is generalized as what you say it is, and it's not the case that way.
Okay, well,
most people, you're talking on a small portion of what.
Nah, that's false, because guess what?
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
You have to remember, we have a big world. There's a big world, and you gotta come out of what you always see and what you've been around for so long. Like, you have to have a mind to say that there is something greater and better out there that you don't see. And you are given what your reality may be of what you see on television or around you or whatever, and you are basically saying everybody's like that, and that's not the case.
Well, let's go to statistics. Statistics says 59% of marriages do not. It might be higher. I think it's 59. 59% of marriages do not work.
That's a lie.
What? It's higher?
It's less. It's not. No, marriages do work.
Hold on. I'm going to go get it for you right now.
You can find it, but that don't mean it's true.
What is it then?
Is it reputable? Is it credible?
Right, that's what I'm saying. What is it then, Rodney? If it's not true,
look, man. Let's get something straight.
What's up?
If we want to argue, I want you to give me the percentages of marriages that are done right. Marriages that are done right. What's that percentage? Because anybody can go and get married in Vegas, and those numbers count. You know what I'm saying? Drunken weekends, this, that, and other. They didn't know each other. Those numbers count. Give me. You know how many divorces happen in my church? You know how many divorces happen in other churches around the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's done correctly, that number is not done. But if two idiots get together and go get married, a lot of people take marriage as a whim. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just go out, when you got people that just met in a week in Vegas, and 41% of first marriages don't work, according to Allison.
No, I was getting ready to tell you. That's right. Yeah, it says 40 to 45% of first marriages end in divorce. 66% of second marriages end in divorce. 75% of third marriages end in divorce.
Yeah, because if you on your third one, you wasn't doing it right in the first place.
But I'm just look. 40% is high. That's high. That's a high. It's high.
You know how many people look up how many people get married in Vegas.
Man.
But marriage
it's probably hundreds of thousands a year.
Look,
you think that ain't?
Ladies,
come on,
you about to say 40% ain't high? 40% is high. That's almost 50%.
But marriage is not it's not really taught how to love. Like, we don't know how to love people. So what are we doing? We're marrying people and think we should marry somebody, and for the wrong reasons. And of course, it's not going to last.
I'm not saying that, Allison. I promise I don't. Everybody's different. I just don't. I know that if marriage is done correctly, those numbers go out the window, in my opinion.
Hey, Ronnie, because you look, Ronnie.
Some people are hopeless in love. I've been hopeless in love. So yes, hopeless in love. They still try. So,
but here's the thing, Rodney. You said it earlier. Let's get it back. Let's put it back in perspective. Mm-hmm. The reason why majority of the weddings, the marriages don't work is because most of them don't have, and there are some that do. Most of them don't have God at the center of it. They don't. That's the problem. They don't have God at the center of their relationship.
Because they're not taught what God truly is and who God is.
Hold on. If they're not taught who God is, right? So how can they just say this is the person for me? They just choose.
Everybody wants companionship. They try. Okay.
So
until you fail, keep failing. Hey, I will tell y'all, I will get married 10 times until I find the right one. I mean, that is how I'm going to do it, because I tell myself I'm not going to get married again, but I know that there could possibly be another. So I'm going to okay, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to get married again, and I might marry 7, 10 times, right? I'm going to tell you those because it could be possible for me. So my point is, I'm going to be open for love, and I'm going to mess it up because I don't know. And God is still there at the beginning. God is there.
Hey, Rodney, say it again, please.
Stop saying that. Don't say you're going to mess it up. I'm saying you're going to mess it up. Nah, you're not going to mess it up.
See, look.
You know why? Because, Rodney, I know I am what we like to call a sinner. Right.
Okay, wait a minute. Lady T. I got Lady T. Lady T.
So I'm going to mess up something. I'm not going to sit up there and say I'm going to do the same thing over and over. I possibly could, though. Who am I to know?
But T,
I'm going to say I'm going to put my best foot forward and everything. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to do that all the time. I'm going to tell you those things, but I don't know the outcome, and I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm going to be perfect in that outcome. I can't do that. There's no way in the world I can tell y'all that.
So that's why you get wisdom, so you don't make the same mistake.
Wisdom comes. You already
no, it don't. No. Please do not say wisdom.
Okay, I'm going to say it for myself. How about that? I just told you. I'm speaking on behalf of myself.
But you said something out of your mouth. You said something out your mouth.
And I'm telling you through wisdom that wisdom knows that I am not perfect in all things. And I'm not going to say words that make me sound as if I am perfect in all things and that I will always be perfect. Wisdom knows that because I am human and I will make mistakes. I will give myself the mercy and grace to be okay with the fact that I will make mistakes and I will get back up again.
Slow down for a minute. Slow down. Did you hear what you just said?
Yes.
No, you didn't hear what you said, T. You didn't. Lady T,
you didn't. I said it.
Say it. Wait, I want you to say it because guess what? That is not. Rodney, Rodney must have missed it. Did you hear what she just said, Rodney?
Tell me what it is that you're talking about, please.
Rodney, did you?
I didn't agree with what she said, but
she said, "I'm going to give me mercy and grace." No, you listen. You already said you said
all the time.
But T, you said there you go. God giving you grace and mercy.
And that is me telling myself, God is with me, walking with me, hand in hand. I with God. When I say that, I will give myself mercy and grace. I will not be of the lower nature and tell myself, woe is me, and I'm going to be so wretched, and I am such a sinner. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you I'm going to give myself mercy and grace to love myself and give myself compassion because I have to love myself first. That's all I'm telling you, dude. I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to get up and say, forgive yourself, baby. You tried. Now learn from it and let's do better. I'm going to give myself mercy and grace just like God would. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Look. This is what I see. I see that Lady T is she's in a place where I believe if she meets when the right man, I'm not gonna say if, I'm gonna speak it into existence. Once the right man comes that is of God and able to be able to handle Lady T and God himself, because Lady T, you are opinionated and you have your feelings and you have your things. Now, do I agree with everything you said? No, I don't. But I do know that the right person will be okay with that. The right person will, like, my wife isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. My wife is okay with my imperfections. And there's things that I'm working on every day. Like my biggest flaws, I have to work on every day. I have to be conscious of them every minute, every moment. And in those same things with my wife, that she like I said, she does things too. But I'm okay with it. I still love her even with her imperfections. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to find that man that's going to love you even with the imperfections that you're talking about.
It's not the problem. That's not the problem. It's me. I leave. I have issues. I will always know that it's
It
me.
won't let you go.
Yeah, so it's always me. I got to work on me. So it's not another man I'm waiting on. It's me.
If my wife pack up and leave, I'm packing too. I'm going, where you going? I'm gonna say, where you going? Come on, let's go. I'll drive. That's what I tell her. I'll drive. Where you going? Come on, let's go. We going together, wherever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna find that dude that's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I talk to my wife, like, yeah. I'll tell you this. So I'll be honest with you. This is me being a little candid here. I told you about my nephew and my house being raided by the ATF. My wife was ready to go that day. It was over. She was like, yeah, it wasn't over. Our relationship wasn't over, but she didn't feel secure in our house. You know what I'm saying? She didn't feel secure in our house, and she was ready to go. And I understood that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't judge her for it. I wasn't, you know, I didn't want her to go, and I had to do everything possible to give her that confidence back. I had to do everything possible and that wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? It was something that a family member brought to my household. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't feel safe. And I had to ask her to give me time. I had to ask her to say, look, if you want to go and, you know, stay with your family for a few days, whatever, while I get this whole situation situated, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. But if it was something that I did also, it's the same thing. I got to go to her and ask for forgiveness and fix whatever I did. You know what I'm saying? And to make her feel secure, to make her feel like it's okay. Sometimes you got to give that your woman, if she needs that time, give her that time. You know what I'm saying? And I understand all that. And if Lady T, if your reaction is to leave, when things don't go the way that you want them to go, or whatever the case may be, then the right man's going to know how to counteract that. He may let you go, and he may show you that it's okay to come back and always be open. Like if my wife did leave, I would always let my doors open. I'm not going to be mad at you no matter because you left, because I'm going to love you unconditionally no matter what. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? My love is going to be there. So yeah, I don't know what that background music is either, but so
it's background for me.
Yeah, there's some background music playing. I can hear it in mine.
You can?
But anyway, yeah.
Hold on.
No, I agree with you, Rodney. And I agree completely. And I think that, you know, how life is working out for me, I think it's beautiful because those that come back or those that come in are meant to be there. And I am trying to be a better person for them because I want to love in a better way. So I'm doing things differently. And my different way is just learning how to enjoy life and deal with, I'm gonna say, insecurities. I have insecurities. I'm a person that has insecurities. I'm a person that has flaws. I have things that within myself that I have to work out internally, and I'm doing that and trying to be in a relationship. So I'm doing that regularly every day, right? So I'm accepting everything you said. I accept everything you said, definitely, for sure. But it's a work in progress, you know. I've had so many mistakes, right? I've had so many things that I've done. So I mean, this is the season of your life, right? So right now, season of my life has been all about slowing down, accepting things about things. I'm doing a little bit of uncertainty and waiting. It's like, you know, now I know we're coming into a spring season. We're about to flourish a little bit of possibilities, right? So I know I'm walking into directions, and I'm doing it with my head up, being confident, speaking as I'm supposed to, and I'm trying my best not to put people down, right? I have a history, I have a story, but I don't want to tell my story and put somebody else that is involved down because I just not to do. That's just my personal thing.
I got one question for you, Lady T.
Okay.
Have you forgiven yourself?
Definitely. That's the thing. I've forgiven myself so much that now you hear me talk, I sound a little bit whatever you might think of me as. I forgave myself. That's all done. All that forgiven part, all that sadness, all that, woe is me and why did I do that? And all that's gone. I have joy. I have peace. I have a love and wanting to give and trying to give it in a better way and not make the same mistakes, because my body on the inside still knows about the past and did a lot of things that wants to still do the past ways. But the internal me of the spirit is saying, do it better, do it differently. You've learned, you've grown. And that's where I am in life. But I also have naysayers in the background sitting up here saying, you're a sinner. Shame, shame, shame.
I gotta find Lady T's naysayers, man. I gotta see these people.
And they out there.
I'm be quiet. I know you brought them up before, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. But
I have a history.
I need to see them.
I have a story. I could write a book too, right? We all got books we can write. I can write a book about my life. I got scandalous things that happened in life. Everybody has something, and I'm not gonna sit up here and tell everything, but I do have a story. And I got them ones that look at me and say, "Oh, that's her. I remember her. Oh yeah." And I have to sit up here and be like, "Yes, honey, that's me," and I embrace it. Because I brought life more abundantly to all them. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
For me, I'll just say this. I tell people that I'm not that person anymore. Because I used to be, and I said it last week that I'm an arrogant asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really that guy anymore. That was me just, being here, but I'm not really that guy anymore. But I used to be really, really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Rodney?
Huh?
Do I sound arrogant?
No, you don't sound arrogant to me, not at all. But I went to a party with my wife, and this girl that I fired from a job in a very belittling way came walking up to me and my wife, and she was like, "You remember me?" And I looked at her and I said, "I'm sorry," and I said, "I'm not that guy anymore." I said, "That guy you about to curse out is not here anymore." And I was like, "But if you feel the need, go ahead." By the end of the night, me and her were partying together.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? But I told her it was the truth because I know what I did. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I said to her. But I was 100% honest. And my wife didn't understand what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I looked right at her and I was just like, "I'm sorry." And that person that you used to know is not here anymore. That dude is not here. So, I apologize for what I did, and to be honest with you, I wasn't even really clear, barely remember what I did. You know what I'm saying? But, I knew I did something. So I was just like, I'm sorry. And then by the end of the night, like I said, we was partying. She forgave me, and she even looked at me and said, "Well, I'm not that person no more either." And I said, "Well, there we go." I said, "Well," "Give me a hug," and we hugged. You know what I'm saying? And moved on, but. I have that issue too, but I mean, when the people come up to me, that's my go-to. I apologize and say I'm not that person. That person you are about to curse out or swing on or, whatever. I was like, I'm not him anymore. So
what you doing over there, Chef?
What you
What you doing over there?
I'm listening to y'all. Why are you pointing at me?
I just checking on you.
Oh yeah, I'm just pointing. I'm just listening to y'all.
I'm good. I'm done my schmeal.
Why are you pointing at me, Lacey?
I'm just looking at you. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all know I'm happy. Okay, I'm very happy. I'm going to continue to be me. Okay, yes, you will see me smile a lot more because I have a lot to smile about. No, I'm not gonna tell you what everything is going on, but I'm happy. Life is good. I'm trying. I got a lot going on in life. It's nerve-wracking, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be loving. Okay, y'all. I'm really trying.
Hey, all right. So, Lacey. It says accept the season of your life, right? So what I want you to do is there are going to be some people on here, women, okay? Yeah. And I want you to really listen to them because their story is deep. And the reason why I said that is because guess what? It's going to come a time where you're going to have to be vulnerable.
I'm always vulnerable.
I just want to let you know that.
I'm always vulnerable.
Okay,
I'm vulnerable right now.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's go back for a minute now. You did say you don't tell your business.
I don't, but I'm vulnerable by telling you I will get married 10 times. I'm vulnerable by saying
that type of vulnerability. I'm just telling
you want me to tell my story.
No,
that's
listen,
what it
listen.
is.
No,
is that what you're saying though?
No, I want you to listen to me. That's
okay.
it. I'm not. Listen, I know how to handle you because we fans, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I always respect you to the highest most.
Yeah, just get with it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, see how you talk to me. Listen, what I want you to understand is this: is going to come a time when you have to be vulnerable because your vulnerability is going to help other people.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because some of the guests that's going to come on the show, they have a story. You have a story. It's not your business. It's a story because you have overcame it. You have reached to a point in your life where you're feeling good about yourself. You're smiling. You don't have a frown on your face. You driving the way you want to drive. You living the way you want to live. You understand me? So that is part of your story because guess what? You have came through the mud. It's not about your business. I'm not talking about you. Only you will be able to tell what you want to tell. But your story or your business is not about that. It's about I want you to listen. I want you to respond because I want you to listen because guess what? I know you're not gonna tell your business. I know that. Go ahead.
We came here, and the way I've communicated is almost a year we've been on here. I communicate the way I communicate. I do it with everybody since I've been young. You have to know me or know a little bit about me or have a personal relationship for me to give you a little bit about me or give you anything. But we're here. And I've been sitting up here communicating giving some of my wisdom that has been given to my life. I've been sitting up here giving my words of discernment of what has been given to my life. Everything I've been given in this way on this platform has been without my past. That's the way.
Of course.
So I talk that way because it has everything to do with what God wants everyone to hear, which is something that is to help and build and create, to make abundantly in a person that has some type of life. I am not a type that likes to, dwell on past. I don't sit up here and talk about past because I have a lot of people that I am not trying to bring down and put down because of them still being alive or putting their business out there. That's just how I am. I'm not going to. I know how you want me to talk about.
No, past. I don't know because I don't.
I don't know.
You got an idea.
Always talk about my story, and my story is not that great. It's not that great, y'all. It's not. It's nothing. It's nothing to it. It's more of it like I was a mother. I was a wife. I've been a wife more than once. I tried plenty of times. I have created. I have not put down any man, but I have taken from people that was something that was hurtful in a way that hurt their feelings because I have words and my words are powerful. I get that. I know that now. Didn't know it then, but I know it now. And so now I'm sitting up here trying to walk in the authority that God gave me and speak in a loving way and do it in the right way. I'm not sitting up here telling y'all how to live. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to, speak some life into somebody that needs to hear whatever I'm supposed to say. And so I just let myself be free. But when I have a personal relationship with you, like me, you, Rodney, sitting up here going out, we go out and have some drinks with your wives and we all talking, y'all can get to know me. Y'all can get to know me. But here, when we do this is like, I'm not trying to put my background because I work in a certain place that is not necessary. I don't want that. I don't need to up here and say, y'all want to know if I prostituted? No, I didn't prostitute. Sorry. You want to hear something crazy? I don't have it. I'm sorry. I can't give you what you're looking for to say, well, she's got a story. No, I've tried with men. I've all I've done was have a relationship with men and it didn't work. Okay. I tried to be a wife and I am knowing how to be a lady now. So that's why I call myself Lady T. I've wanted to be a lady. I know how to be a woman. Woman is not a problem. Okay. A lady is something different. That's all.
I love it.
But I'm going to listen to everybody's story. You know, I am, Chef. I'm not going to sit up here. It's not. I look at it as I have a admiration to those that go through things that I've never experienced before, and I respect people. I'm trying to be loving, yo. Come on, why you always trying to put me out there like I'm the bad guy?
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
Ain't you, hold up, don't you tell me. I'm only being obedient to the spirit. That's it.
The spirit always seemed to come up with this, and I have to address.
That's it. Well, hey, because T, have you been hurt before?
Of course.
All right, there you go. Is there women out there that have been hurt before want to hear a story of how you overcame your hurt and your pain? Yes.
Well, they'll find.
Let me tell you something, Lady T. You go when that man of God finds you, you're gonna make him a better man of God. The way, just the way you talk and the way your attitude, not your attitude, but your strength.
Attitude.
No, it's strength. It really is strength. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take a very strong man of God to be able to handle her strength. I mean, I love it. I'm, like the other lady said, I'm that A-type personality. Like, my wife is strong. Trust me, my wife will tell me in a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let me mess up. She'll tell me, and then, like I said, there was a time that like I had to lead and work on my relationship with God for a long time before my wife agreed to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do it for a long time. If I hadn't had that relationship, if I hadn't gotten that relationship with God, my wife would have left that day. The stuff I was talking about with my nephew. You know what I'm saying? But no, I had a strong, and I told her, I was like, look, I did what God asked me to do. That was my strongest thing. I said, when I took them in, I did what God asked me to do. And I'm 100% convinced. And God told me I wouldn't. And I had previously told before everything popped off. I was like, babe, I don't understand why God is telling me I won't see the fruit. You know what I'm saying? My nephew's doing great. He made up a grade. He's getting ready to graduate early now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm going to get to see him go to prom. I was like, I don't understand why God is telling me I will not see the fruit. I don't understand it. And sure enough, when it popped off, I told her, I was like, now I understand why God told me I wasn't going to see the fruit. You know what I'm saying? And I had told her that beforehand. So but because of that walk with God and the fact that I told her all these things and I consulted her, and I had to remind her, I was like, we took them in. I didn't just do it on my own. We agreed, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, nobody imagined that this would happen, but you know what? But I mean, it takes a strong person. It takes a strong person in God. That was the strongest I ever was at that point in time with my walk with God and being in the conviction of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I told my wife, I was like, look, I know there's still going to be greatness from this. And it really broke me down. You know what I'm saying? To even now, I feel that I have a stronger conviction because of it. And know that even though these things will happen, there will be, in the great words of Kenneth Clark, there will be struggle in your life, but know that God walks with you. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a quote of his. So just so y'all know that. But anyway, yeah. But it is what it is. So you always have to, you gotta know that there will be struggle, there will be pain, there will be strife, there will be things that's going to come up and happen. But know that God is there with you, and as long as you got him there with you, then you're going to come through it, and you're going to come through better. I told y'all that now we're going into the season of life. I put on Facebook earlier this week that I am in a moment of learning what God has me on this earth for.
Your purpose?
I'm on my purpose. Yes. My pastor this Sunday even preached about purpose. His sermon was, "Who am I?" That was the name of his sermon. And he talked about that God has created every person here for a purpose. There's no person on earth that was not created for a purpose. And if God created the animals, think how the world works. Everything in the earth, the trees have a purpose. The bees have a purpose. The mosquitoes have a purpose. Why would you not think you don't have a purpose? You know what I'm saying? Everything on this earth has a purpose. There's nothing here that is here for no reason. So why would you think that you don't have a purpose and you're not on this earth? So I know I'm in a season of finding my purpose and walking into it, and I am excited for it and I'm ready for it. But but everybody who completed their purpose, even in the Bible, had strife, had issues, had problems. There ain't one person in the Bible that they tell his story and everything was hunky dory. You know what I'm saying? There's no one. So,
Enoch.
It's not in the Bible though.
No,
You don't
Enoch
know
is.
about it. Yeah, the story about who he really was, like all that's not really in the Bible.
Enoch.
I mean, they talk about it, but there's more.
He's the only one that walked with God and didn't die. Yeah, and didn't die as a human.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
So, Lady T, what's your season of your life this year?
My season is about possibilities, all the possibilities that I have that are going to be available to me, that I have to walk into, that I have to lean into with excitement and have some type of, I know it's going to be challenge and it's going to be fresh opportunities. So I'm walking into that. I have people in my life that I have to be different about, how I deal with them and how my relationship unfolds. My purpose is to build my relationships. I have been told over and over, I am to build relationships. I am to build community of some sort. I do not understand that. I don't understand what it means. No,
sounds like a podcast to me.
Nope, doesn't sound like that. Doesn't sound like it's supposed to go to church either. It's no church. It's something that I am supposed to do. I'm walking into it. I'm not saying no to a lot, but I will have to say if I'm overwhelmed, I have to, say I have to, maybe change it up. But anyway, my point is I am walking into the opportunities of what life is going to bring to me. Every day is my purpose of loving and being more loving to the people that come into my life. I get mad at myself if I don't speak to people, or I have always shut down and not spoken to people. I've always in my past, not been the joyful person I truly am on the inside to people. And I have to really force that to come out more and more daily. And I notice when I don't do it to everybody or certain people that I look at, like I'll stare at somebody and think something like I should say something, I don't. And that's something I'm talking about. Like I have to force that, verbal conversation out. So yeah, opportunities right now. I'm in relationships. I'm building relationships with people that are in my life. And when I say in my life, I mean, we have this right here. I feel like if I ever were to meet Allison and Desmond and KJ Clark, we all get together, like it would be great. But when I have a personal relationship, when I can talk to somebody face to face, there's something beautiful about that. We're missing that. We really do miss that. So I'm opening up more. So that's it. What about you?
Am I tripping? Is it saying that Enoch was castrated? Am I
No,
tripping?
No, it's two. It's no. You
okay.
How you spell it? No.
Maybe I'm looking at. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm just curious. Don't worry about it. I'm a researcher though. I'll get back to you.
Oh yeah. I seen it. I seen it to you. I sent it to you.
Yes, Allison.
But well, in this season of my life, there's two people that I really want a closer relationship with. Working on it. I got to be more devoted and more focused. Is my sister and my daughter. My oldest daughter. The reason why I didn't say my oldest daughter is because she lives in California, so it'd be real difficult to have a closer relationship with her. And she's living her best life with her husband and her son. So that's kind of difficult to be close. But my sister and Imani, they're close to me right now. So just having a closer relationship with them. And in my walk with God, God is really working on my heart. And when I tell you her working. And the reason why I say working is that it's so hard to just be righteous, and you have to take a lot from people, verbally sometimes, because you don't want to react in a way that your response can be harmful. So it's real difficult when you really want to devote and live for God. Sometimes it's difficult because the people that you love the most sometimes be the ones who hurt you the most. Sometimes it's the inner circle that you deal with daily be the ones who hurt you most, because you know why? They know you the most. They spend more time with you, so they know what buttons to push and what to make you react, because they know. That's the difficult part. That's the season I'm in. And just this podcast is truly something special to have you guys on here. But just meeting different people, just being engaged with different people, being engaged with different conversations, different believers, followers of Christ. It's exciting, as well as it keeps me focused. It keeps me being mindful of the things that I do, the things that I say, even the things that I watch. So this is the season I'm in, and just and mostly my wife, my son, them being a blessing to me, as well as I'm being a blessing to them. So that's where I'm going to be this year. Traveling, doing some exciting things with the family, the media family as well. So that's big. That's a big season right here for me. And just being able, and mostly I'm giving God praise, because just me being able to have the resources, to have the money to go and do these things that I have in my mind, and allowing God to, if that's in His will, to be done, for my life and for my family. It's a blessing to be able to go to work, make the money you make, and be able to do the things that you want to do, as well as spend the time with the people that need the time, not want the time, but they need the time. So I said, my sister, my daughter, and my wife, of course, because that's a learning process. Just learning each other, just communicating with each other on a daily basis is it can be rough,
So
but
you're
it's a
doing the same
journey.
with me.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. Um, like I said,
Relationships.
yeah, just building relationships. Not only building relationships, but just connecting with the right people. So you want to be able to communicate with like-minded. We always talk about evenly yoked. You want that, And I'm always, Ronnie, always laughing, but I always tell you, I tell God, don't send me somebody that's not gonna pour into my life. I don't. Nah. Look, if you want me to speak to them, give me a revelation, and I'll speak to them, and that's it. But I don't need that negative energy like in my life. I had it a long time ago, so you know what it did to me. You know how I was, so it's always about pouring into me pouring into them, just adding to their life, adding value to their life. I want to do the same thing. Sharing the gospel, sharing the word is important. That's an important part of my life. And I think my personality is the most important thing, is just showing the love that I have for each person I talk to. I don't really have no ill will of anybody. We talk about these things, regardless of where they at in life. I'm gonna show love. I'm gonna show happiness, smile. How you doing? Keep it. Hey, why you not smiling? Regardless of what's going on. If they want to talk, they cool. They don't, okay, cool too. So that is my season, and I am accepting it. I'm claiming it, and I'm going to be victorious in it. That's why we are here, from the battle to the glory. And this is what we do each and every day. We have battles, but at the end of the day, when you overcome those battles, it's victory at the end of the tunnel. So it's my season.
Claim it.
There you go.
Yep. So
I ain't gonna lie, your guest been you've been cooking with your guests, man. So I'm excited about the people that's coming next.
Oh, tomorrow. Look, hey Rodney.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, y'all gonna, it's a treat. Trust me when I tell you, strictly treat, for real. We gonna have a good time tomorrow. But this is gonna be the conclusion of our session. You guys hold on. We will see you guys tomorrow with a special treat for you guys tomorrow. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Oh, sipping and tripping about